get to talk through some trending topics, things that people are asking questions about, things that people are researching and looking into. And the one that we're going to talk about today is overthinking. So we're just going to talk a little bit about overthinking. I feel like that's maybe a good thing to kind of combine with the conversation about the article that we just had, just the overthinking that could come up in that situation. And in a lot of situations, I feel like most of us, a majority of people would agree that they are overthinkers, right? So let's talk a little bit about it. What is it? Is it always bad, or can it be good? I would just love to get your thoughts on this as a professional counselor.
Yes, that's a great question. And we do see this as a therapist. I hear it. I hear clients say, I know I'm overthinking this. I'm overthinking this. I'm thinking about it too much. And overthinking can be just ruminating on a specific topic. It can also be include kind of catastrophizing thoughts that might come along with your own internal thought processes of what is happening. Are we thinking about our own behavior and how we showed up in a specific situation or around a topic? Was it something that happened at work? Was it a relationship issue? How did I respond? And we might think over and over, oh, I should have said this, or I should have done that. Or maybe we're thinking about, what is the other person thinking about? Maybe we're trying to mind read somebody else's thoughts. Oh, I bet they said this because, or they did that.
I'm guilty of that.
Oh, sure, we all are. We all as humans do these things. It is our way of trying to make sense of an experience or a circumstance that we happen to be in. And it's not always bad, but if when we're thinking about scenarios or situations that we're in, experiences that we've had, and we find ourselves maybe criticizing ourselves, judging ourselves, being harsh with ourselves, saying things like, oh, you're so stupid, you said this, and then they probably think you're such an idiot, or you're so stupid. And so when we start to do that, it can be really unhelpful.
Right. I was going to ask, can overthinking kind of correlate, I guess, with anxiety? Can they kind of go hand in hand?
Absolutely. And is the thinking that we're doing, is it helpful thinking or is it harmful thinking? And being aware of what our thoughts are doing is what mindfulness is often about. And capturing our thoughts, knowing what is it I'm thinking. So often our internal tape, so to speak, is just kind of on play and rewind, and it just keeps looping over and over and over again. We keep thinking similar things, but we don't get anywhere with it. It's not productive thought, but it's using a lot of energy. So if we can learn to grab hold of those thoughts, to take a look at them, well, wait a minute, what am I really thinking about this? Is it true? Is my thought true, or is it a projection? Is it an imagination? Is it something that does not really have a basis? Where's that thought coming from? Is it coming out of a good place, or is it coming out of a harmful place? So our critical thoughts, our judgmental thoughts towards ourselves can be very destructive to us. When we think about thoughts that we think toward ourselves, commonly I'll ask a client, would you ever say that to anyone else? Oh no, I would never say that to anyone else. I would never say, you're so stupid. I would never say, you're not good enough. I would never say that to anyone else. And yet we say those things internally to ourselves. We feel bad. Sure. Because we're saying some of these things again and again and again to ourselves. But if we're overthinking in a way when we're trying to solve a problem, and we keep kind of ruminating around and around the problem, and we keep coming to the same place, it might be time to invite some wise counsel to come and help. That could be a good friend. Hey, I've been kind of rolling this around in my head again and again, and I just keep coming to the same place. I feel a little stuck. Processing it out loud with someone can be very helpful, to just kind of hear your own thoughts, so to speak, and to have another party whom you trust, who is wise, to speak into that for you. And that can be helpful to kind of unstuck, or to look at it from a different perspective that maybe you haven't considered. Mm-hmm. And good friends, pastors, clergy support of other ways, depending on where the problem might be. Is there somebody at work that you need to involve? Is there somebody in another walk of life that needs to come in and speak to you, a parent or a good friend or a sibling? We have resources. Are we utilizing them, or are we just staying within our own thought processes?
Yeah, no, so good. And hopefully that, was able to advise somebody who is in a similar situation, because I really do believe that a majority of people would consider themselves to be an overthinker, right? And I know that I have had moments like that. I struggle with a generalized anxiety disorder. And so I do see my overthinking maybe tendencies, or even harmful thinking and very self-deprecated thinking kind of come up when my anxiety is flared up, and they kind of go hand in hand. And so hopefully, that was able to encourage someone. I know that you gave just some really good practical tips around that. So definitely appreciate that.